Long ago, beyond the highest mountains and beyond the reach of men, there was said to be a valley wrapped in silver clouds, a place untouched by time, where the air shimmered like dreams. In the heart of that valley bloomed a flower that never faded, the eternal rose. They said whoever found it would gain eternal life, but only if their heart was pure, for the rose could see through every soul that dared to touch it. In a quiet village beneath the peaks lived a young man named Kale. His mother was dying from a sickness no healer could cure. Each night, Kale would look at the mountains and whisper, "If I could reach the Valley of Clouds, maybe she could live." One evening, an old traveler appeared at his door, cloaked in mist, with eyes that gleamed like moonlight. "The path you seek," said the stranger, "is hidden to all but the pure of heart. The rose will test you, Kale. Be sure your heart knows why it climbs." And before Kale could reply, the old man vanished like a wisp of fog. The next morning, Kale began his journey. He climbed through storm and snow, through nights so cold that breath turned to crystals. The higher he went, the thicker the mist became until the world disappeared. He began to hear whispers, his mother's voice calling, "Kale, come home." But he remembered the stranger's words, "Do not trust the voices in the mist." He pressed forward hungry, trembling, exhausted. Then suddenly a soft light appeared before him. From the mist stepped a figure, a woman made of fog and starlight. She was Zinara, the Mist Fairy, first guardian of the Cloud Valley. "Traveler, my heart is trapped in sorrow. Free me, if your compassion is true." Kale reached out, holding her cold hand. He spoke softly, "You are not alone." At his words, the mist around her shimmered and broke apart. Znara smiled warm, "Human, you have passed the first trial. Follow the path of moonlight, and your next test awaits." She vanished, leaving behind a silver petal that glowed in Kale's palm. The path twisted upward into dark clouds. Lightning danced across the sky, and from within the storm came a roar. A great dragon formed from cloud and thunder descended before him. Its eyes burned like lightning. "I am Raya, guardian of the sky. Many have come seeking the rosal, have fallen to their pride. Do you dare to face me, mortal?" Kale drew his small blade, but then lowered it. "I did not come to fight, great guardian. I came to heal the one who gave me life." The dragon paused, the thunder quieted. Then Raya bowed his mighty head. "You have no greed in your heart. Go then, seek the valley awaits." The clouds parted, revealing a silver bridge of moonlight leading to the hidden valley. Kale stepped into the Cloud Valley, a paradise of glowing flowers and floating lights. And in the center stood the eternal rose, its golden petals shimmering like the dawn. As he approached, a voice ancient and echoing filled the air. "Your heart is pure, Kale, but purity alone is not enough. Would you give up eternity for love?" Kale's heart trembled. He thought of his mother's smile, her laughter, the warmth of her hands. He understood, if immortality means losing her, then I do not want it. The rose glowed brighter, then released a single petal, falling gently into his hands, shining with living light. When Kale opened his eyes again, the valley was fading, the clouds swirling, the petals turning into light. He was back on the mountain path, but the glowing petal still rested in his palm. He carried it home, holding it close to his chest. When he placed the petal above his mother's heart, its light spread through her body and she awoke, whispering his name. Kale, my son, what have you done? Kale smiled, just climbed a little higher than usual. From that day, his mother lived in peace. But Kale's hair turned silver overnight, a sign of one who had touched eternity and returned. He never spoke of the rose again. Yet villagers often saw mist gather near his home on full moons, and from it a single golden petal would bloom on the windowsill. They said the rose had blessed him not with immortality, but with the eternal memory of love that transcends time. The eternal rose still waits, hidden among the clouds, waiting for another heart brave enough to seek it and wise enough to let it go. Because true eternity is found not in living forever, but in loving without end. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If you enjoyed this story, please consider liking and subscribing for more tales from beyond the mist.